What is up, folks? Welcome back to the Supplement Copywriting channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing the very first of a two-part series on how to optimize your ecom supplement funnel in 15 minutes or less. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that to do everything that I'm talking about in these two videos, it will only take you 15 minutes to scale your funnel. Instead, my goal is to condense all the different split tests and iterations and ways to optimize a funnel in the next 15 minutes for you so that you're crystal clear on what you should be testing to get your funnel to scale. So let's go ahead and hop into the meat and potatoes of this video. Now, the very first thing that we're going to be talking about isn't something that is on the tactical side. This is definitely more of a mindset thing. But the reason that I'm putting it number one is because if you don't do this long term, it will hurt your ability to scale and to increase conversions. And that is committing to the rule of one. Now, what I'm talking about when I say committing to the rule of one is only focusing on one product, one traffic source, and one funnel. The reason that this is so important is because far too many ecom supplement companies spread themselves way too thin from a time, energy, attention, and resources perspective, trying to scale multiple funnels with multiple products and multiple traffic sources. It makes it really difficult to know what split tests they're running that had a meaningful impact on conversions and what didn't. So over time, what ends up happening is they have a bunch of half successful funnels that never really have scale because they don't have the data that they need. They don't have the attention or the time or energy that they need to be able to make more informed decisions on how to scale that funnel. On the opposite side, if you focus on the rule of one, which is one product, one traffic source, and one funnel, you can really get into the nitty gritty of that funnel and clearly understand every split test and iteration and the boost of conversions that it did or didn't have for that funnel. And over time, what ends up happening is your guesses get better and better. At the end of the day, marketing is really just a game of best guesses, and the better guesses and more informed guesses that we can make because we have data to prove or disprove them in the past, the less likelihood it is that we're going to end up pissing away a bunch of money on split tests that aren't going to do anything. So over time, as you have better guesses because you know what has and hasn't worked, you can then take those lessons that you learned from this original funnel and then bring it over into a new product and a new funnel. And you're going to start at a much higher level because you're no longer starting at square one. You're starting with better informed decisions based on data from the previous funnel. You will go a little bit slower in the beginning, but in the long term, you will surpass competition, take their customers, and get to scale much quicker. And that's why I'm recommending you really heavily focus on the rule of one to begin with. Number two is testing your offer. And contrary to popular belief, your offer is not just the product, the powders, the pills that are in your tubs. Your offer is a lot of different elements. And so I'm going to show you guys the different things to think about and to try to optimize for yourself to really increase conversions in your funnel by just having your offer be better. And the very first thing I want to talk about is the unique selling proposition. So today, there's more competition and the supplement industry is more saturated than it's ever been because people are being marketed to, which means their level of sophistication is higher. So things that used to work don't work today. And a lot of different supplements out there all look like each other. The way that you can look different, unique, and better than the competition is with a unique selling proposition. And it's going to be something where if you have this clearly and concisely in your marketing, even if you have the exact same ingredients as a competitor in your bottle, you can be the clear choice that more people will choose if you have a unique selling proposition because you have different ingredients that are combined in a way that synergistically set off a chain of reactions in the body that allow people to get results faster or keep the results longer. Maybe you have somebody who's an authority that formulated this product and they use the best of scientific studies and the real world experience and their expertise to bring them all together to formulate this one-of-a-kind product. Maybe you have ingredients that come from a faraway land that are very difficult to get, and then how you manufacture them and how you put all the ingredients through this super strict testing ensures that the person who buys the product gets a very potent, very high quality version of it. So these are all different little things that you can sprinkle in to really give your product a unique selling proposition that makes it a clear choice for people to want to buy. Another element to this is going to be the benefits and features. You need to make sure that the audience you're marketing to cares about the benefits and the features that you're speaking about in your marketing. And one of the easiest ways that you can do this is to just do better research. Figure out what people in this category really care about from a benefit perspective, and then figure out what kind of features they want in a product like this, and then weave it into the product that you're trying to sell them. Another thing that doesn't have to directly do with your product, but can really increase the perceived value of your offer and make it seem like a no-brainer for people, is including different bonuses. So things like ebooks, having some kind of community aspect that can literally just be a Facebook group where people get tips and ongoing support in their journey, or something like a mini course where it's literally 5 3-minute videos that teach people about nutrition, exercise, hydration, lifestyle, and sleep habits that accelerate the results, can really dramatically increase the perceived value that somebody associates with your offer and your supplement, just because you went the extra mile to include something that would get them better, quicker, faster results. Another element to this is having a guarantee. This is something that everybody has to have today because your end supplement user is far more skeptical of supplements than they ever used to be. And so it feels risky for them to pull out their credit card and buy from you. The way that you combat this and the way that you put all the risk on your shoulders is with some kind of money back guarantee that lets them know that you're so confident in your product that you'll give them the money back if they don't get the result. A very common one is a 90-day money back guarantee. You can go as far as 120, 150 days. I've seen some crazy 365-day guarantees on supplements. So the bigger the guarantee you can make, the better it's going to be for your offer. And then the last thing that I'll hit on is offering multiple bottles instead of just one. What you'll find amongst the 7, 8, and 9-figure ecom supplement companies is that they have a dedicated section on their page where people can get 1, 3, or 6 bottles with a single click of a button. Now, if you don't want to do the 1, 3, 6, you can get a bit more creative. You can do a buy 2 bottles, get 4 bottles free. Whatever works for your price point and your margins is what I would encourage you to do. But nonetheless, play around with offering multiple bottles so that way, if you're paying to acquire a customer, you can get as close to profitable as possible on that very first purchase. The next thing is optimizing your pages. If you're taking people and you're dropping them on a page that is designed to sell to them, you want to make sure that this is as convincing and persuasive a page as possible. Obviously, that's a little graphic that covers a few different elements of what we're going to want to have on a page, but I'm going to cover the big rocks right here. Number one, we're going to want to split test headlines. We're going to have headlines that are going to talk about different benefits and really tease out the curiosity that people have about the product. You want to test different subheadlines that act like either a run-on sentence from the headline, or a big one is to do the without XYZ, with XYZ being the things that people hate doing and don't want to do to get the result. So Dan Kennedy spoke about this a lot back in the day. Your main headline is it's everything that you want. And then the subheadline is without all the stuff that they hate doing. And that's an easy way to think about iterating a bunch of different headlines and subheadlines that you can split test. Then you're also going to want to make sure that the images on the page are congruent with the audience that you're marketing to. Far too often, what you'll see is companies will have the wrong gender and the wrong age group on the page that they're trying to market to. So if you're marketing to 50 to 60-year-old women, there is no point in having a 20-year-old woman or a 35-year-old guy anywhere in the visuals on that page. You want to make sure that the images not only match the audience that you're marketing to, but also on top of that, you want to ensure that they're very attention-grabbing visuals. Your images on a page have become significantly more important in the past few years because attention is at an all-time low, and we want to be able to capture and keep people's attention with the text and the visuals that we have on a page. The very last thing for today is going to be the leads for your ecom page. And so your lead is going to be about 150, maybe tops 250 words of body copy on the page. So if we've captured their attention with the headline, we've told them all the stuff that they don't have to do with the subheadline, and then with the image, we've also enticed them to scroll down and start reading the body copy. We want to make sure that that 150 to 250 words that they're reading in the body copy first is very, very strong, because that's going to pull them further on down the page, pique more their curiosity, let them know about the benefits that they're going to get. And so you want to make sure that you are testing different leads on a page to different avatars that you're trying to speak to figure out what works. So part 2, next week, we're going to be covering our ads, upsells, and how to optimize emails for greater conversions in a funnel. So I hope this helps, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Adios.